Yo, we are back. We are here. Thank you for the shout out on Kick. I don't know why. I just look this good. This is the way I was born. But then I went through intense anime training. We're here. I used my HAKI. Third hit one. Chopper got with me. I think he ate like this magical devil fruit. And then I fucking sat on this fucking big ass massive island, or what I thought was a massive island, but it ended up being huge fish shit. So I guess fish shit, sitting on that and going on an adventure is what makes you look this good. But we are back because it is time for chapter 1175. Yes, we just did 1179. I know. If you guys are keeping up today, this is not normally how it goes. Usually it's an order, but we're catching up. And we're back in this thing with the official live read, the Shueisha, the Shonen Jump live read of One Piece chapter 1175. If you're looking at the thumbnail, it says Elbaph awakens, but the title of this motherfucker is Elbaph's deepest, darkest secret revealed. And like I said before, while I pull this up, I have not been using this, but it's fine. I don't give a fuck. You know what the socials are. If you have not followed me on socials, here they are for you. But let me go ahead and pull up this One Piece block, my handy dandy One Piece blocker. So while we're sitting here reading, they don't fucking get in our ass for trying to read this together. So, dude, as there we go. Take this off. I should check oh no, perfect. I need to change that. Hang on a second. The fact that Loki is getting all this love, excuse me, there's no hate. Excuse me, there's no hate from me. People are questioning Loki, his design, his abilities, like all kind of shit. Don't nobody need to fucking question. I like the way this is going. I'm enjoying Loki, but also the fact that here in 1175, we're seeing and we're going to see how Emu is going to react and respond to essentially what's happening here in Elbaph and what Emu isn't getting done. But that being said, let's go ahead and dive right into this chapter. I do believe I have enough room for you guys to see. I'm going to zoom in a bit. And you guys go with me. We are right here, chapter 1175. Nidhogg is the title. And as you see, as I described earlier, this is the reader request, Sabo with koala babies hanging all over him by Ronmin Maru. And we see Sabo with a book in his hand, 3 koalas on him, and a koala sitting in front of Koala. I think I called her koala last time. Though we dive into our very first panel, like I said, Sanji. It's not even a whoosh, close. And his foot is on flame, holding up right next to Robin, trying to kick these goddamn thorns off her. He brings his leg down. She has her eyes closed. Bam! Robin is free. Nami, I'm so happy, Robin. And Robin goes, thanks. And then Sanji goes, or not Sanji, but Usopp, yeah, that's our Sanji. And then we see Jinbei walking across. I guess it was vulnerable to heat. That's a relief. And then she gets back into her serious mode. Robin says, there's no time to celebrate. Sanji goes, nope. Between that HAKI and the roaring, what's that shadow? And as we see here, looming in the background is a shadow coming out of fog and flame. But there are also 3 MMAs and a frozen Draugr standing in front of the Straw Hats that have just been freed by Sanji. Or at least Robin. Then we go to West Village and we see Colin, the rest of the students in peril and pain, but the parents are also fucked up and knocked out. Uncles, aunties, grandmas, and we hear Ripley, Oimo, Rodo, please help our parents. They got stabbed by our thorns. Mama's gonna die. These kids, This is the worst fucking day for these kids, and I bet they're gonna listen to Colin after this. Like Colin said, we need to start whooping asses. I think we're gonna start we're gonna start beating asses because I don't want motherfuckers to come like this no more. We see the giants fighting. One turns around as he's being helped by his cohort. Loki, this village is in danger. Take the children somewhere safer. And Loki looks over to the left. Not my problem. The only thing I do to people who climb on my back is dump them off. And we go to our next panel and we see that Loki has risen up in front of Elbaph, standing Luffy and Ratataskar on his head and MMA in his mouth. Now get off of me, he says. Fucking hand on a mountain, another hand in the bush next to West Village. The other MMAs are scared, and then, attention Elbaph, all of the children are safe, Chief Tyrrell says. What took you so long? And is that a dragon, Zoro says. Hey, it's Loki. If you're here, then at least this place is safe, Luffy says. And then Zoro says, sure, let's say that, he says. Because it's not safe, we're in the middle of fighting, but Zoro has been killing motherfuckers indiscriminately, so I'm technically safe. We see Zoro, anyway, since you're all giant now, you guys should crush those dream monsters before they all destroy Elbaph, or before they destroy all Elbaph. And Luffy goes, okay, got it. And then, and we see Dadoom. And the Dadoom is piercing thorns. What's landing on us, says Oimo as he pulls one out of his stomach. They're thorns, get the children inside. Another, you fools are wasting your time. And we see that it's Saint Somers as he looks down on Oimoy, Road, and Ripley. He's followed us. Here, says Rodo. And then the goddamn man himself, Saint Somers. I've enjoyed his assholery, but he's an asshole nonetheless. Says, you're not supposed to be alive, you miserable cretins. Give me back my emotions. So the only way this man feels is through your pain. And we see Luffy looking like, huh? And he continues, on the other hand, this works for me. If the brats are still alive, I haven't failed yet. I can still take them to the Holy Land as planned, however. And we see him on his snake hovering over the parents, grandparents, aunties, green beans, tomatoes, all these motherfuckers with his motherfucking thorn snake. And Rodo and Ripley are looking up, shaking. He goes, I'll finish off those half-dead parents now, using my thorn launchers, of course, swinging his fingers in the air, happy again. The fucking thorn snakes are happy, hissing, getting ready to fire off as he lurks even further over them, raining straight down the kids. And Ripley says, we won't let, where's Ripley say this shit at? Ripley yelled some shit. Didn't she yell some shit to the kids? I thought they said something, but maybe it's just right after. It is right after Summer says, using my thorn launchers, of course. And Colin says, we won't let you do that. Now it's my turn to protect mommy, as he's in front of Ripley, and a row of kids stands there. And they continue as they encourage and agree with Colin. Yeah, me too. And me. Summers is shocked. And then he comes. Ah, that's so sweet. You kids are the best. Fucking look at this face, dude. Somers is the Hisoka. He's worse than Hisoka on this. Now I don't even care about the mission. Who should I kill first? I'll never forgive the bravery written on you stupid little faces. Farewell. And he pats his snakes on the head, gets ready to fire. Ripley says, please, Colin, just run. Colin, no, mommy, I'll keep you safe. Soom, 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 soom. Thorns are coming down. Wham, wham. Getting ready now to pierce the kids. All of a sudden, right before the thorn hits Collins, ding, 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 ching, ching, cling. Zoro comes through, knocks them bitches away and down, as he does. And Luffy, way to go, Zolo. I've always believed in you. Yeah, I knew that. Now go. Zoro says, because Luffy, kill the MMA so we can finish this shit up. And Sommer says, huh? Who did that? And then Luffy, in the air, grabbing lightning with his arm twisted, fully black, covered in HAKI. That's Zolo. Remember the name. He's with me. Gamu Gamu no. And we see Somers just like looking up like, what the fuck? What's a Gamu Gamu? Who's a Zoro? All this shit. Luffy locks in. and starts to spin that bitch as he barrels his fist towards fucking Saint Somers. Lightning coming to his face, lighting up. He's in utter shock and horror, and Ripley is like, please hit this nigga now. And bam, Don Thor rifle. Somers is completely punched, just like Rob Lucci was in Endless Lobby. Thorn's fucked up. Him just spread all over Luffy, and then we see right here his face blowing the fuck up on Luffy's hand. Eyes is still out of his head like, this motherfucker hit me. Nose, boogers coming with Luffy's fist, teeth getting knocked out, tongue out of his head. And then, pow, just an explosion. The thorn snake is gone, and then Oimo says, straw hats. Then a kid looks like, oh, it came off. Thorns falling to the ground, and then they say, mommy, look. And we see Luffy leaning back, dancing in the sky. Ripley bites her bottom lip as she's crying because this is her dream. She goes, I finally got to see Luffy all in white. He looks just like Nika. Oh, shit. Hang on. We gotta bring it back up. There we go. He looks just like Nika. I think he really is the warrior of liberation as she passes out on the ground after her heroic efforts with the other parents. And remember, she was a pirate back in the day too, to save the kids, but they're going up against the Holy Knights. Then Saint Somers, half his head floating behind him. Nika, a bedtime tale for children, he says. And then we see Loki's foot encapsulating all of his broken body and his fucking broken thorn snake. And then someone says, it's Nidhogg. Is that what saved us? And then he goes, let's go then. Wow, slams his foot into the ground with Saint Somers underneath it, flames coming out of his eyes. And then Chopper goes, what's that? And then this is our Scopper Gaban section. It must be Loki. I've never seen that before. As we go back into Scopper Gaban's dreams, what's the treasure of Elbaph? And he's asking Chief Tyrol, a devil fruit, a forbidden one. The dragon fruit mythical type model Nidhogg. And Shanks and Gaban to the left of Chief Tyrol are walking through Ahur's castle. And Tyrol continues, no matter who eats it, they will transform into the largest dragon in the world. And the maximum size of the beast corresponds to the one who eats it. In other words, if a giant eats it instead of a human, or an ancient giant instead of a giant, the potential power of that fruit is extracted in greater measure. It is said that the obsidian dragon breathes lightning and is so vast that day falls into night when it flies. And due to the danger this power possesses, you've been making sure no one can eat it, Shanks says. And Tyrol says, not quite. If anyone tries to eat the fruit, the guardian hammer, RAGNIR, blocks their attempts. He continues it as he recalls the legendary battle. He goes, in Elbaph, we have a legend about a war god. He wielded a weapon known as RAGNIR, Iron Lightning, and turned into an enormous dragon to face off against the sun god. He fought alongside a trusted, loyal ice squirrel known as Ratatoskr. In other words, without its master, Ratatoskr chose to inhabit his weapon instead, and waits for its owner to return. So says the legend. And as we phase back into our present, Gaban says, and now RAGNIR, after an eternity of standing guard over the fruit, has finally chosen. And we see them still looking off as scared MMAs are getting ready to be attacked by Loki in his Nidhogg form. And it says that RAGNIR has finally chosen, and we see Loki as he's flying behind all, even the fake Nidhogg is so small, but they're all flying away. These are the dreams of the children being chased by Loki, and he charges the blast in his fucking mouth. It almost looks like a blast from goddamn Fairy Tale. And then, boom, right in the fucking asses. Thorheim! He blows the fuck up out of the MMA's two pieces as he's flying. Gimu looks as the MMA's bodies are flying past her, dying, being eradicated. And inside Gimu's body, Emu is thinking, I see. So Nidhogg, that's where thou were, as we see Imu in Pangea, the throne room, or the room of flowers in Marijoa. That is the live read for 1175. A couple words and phrases changed between how the kids call for their parents, some things that were said, but really the essence of the story is still contained, because Loki coming out and using his abilities, seeing what those abilities are, also telling about, like I said, Loki is the war god now. He's got Ratatoskr, he's got RAGNIR, he's got the fruit, the Nidhogg fruit. So what else is there? And he is a prince, technically one of the kings. It's either him or Haruten. So he's got everything he needs to be on that level. If he takes the throne, I feel like it might limit him, but it also gives him greater authority, having so many things stacked up. But even without it, Loki is a fucking powerhouse. What'd you guys think of the chapter? Let me know in the fucking descriptions. Go ahead, leave comments. Polls and shit will be put up on YouTube and Twitter. But I love this chapter as much as I love every other chapter. Is it a top 10? No. It's really fucking good. It gives us lore, backstory. We get to see Loki. It was a very huge reveal. It's up there. It is up there. But what we got with Imu right now is like Gear 5. Is like, I mean, the Harley even. There's so much shit. Vegapunk's message. So much shit. I'm not saying Loki's reveal was not as vast, but his backstory plus this all accumulate to being one thing. Just seeing him and his devil fruit, we see a lot of devil fruits until it gets put to the test and we see further down the story. I'm going to have to shoulder it right here. That being said, thank you guys so much for this nice little short stream. This is a nice little kicker. I'm surprised that we got this done so quick. It was 16 minutes for the live read, but we just did the TCB scan. So if you're like, man, this wasn't like 20, 30 minutes, it's because we're already going, and you guys already know I'm going to cover the predictions that I have from here. And seeing where we are on 1139, there's no real reason to do predictions. If I get caught up in the moment and I forget, I might throw some predictions, but we know Imu's gonna have to bring their ass out there, because you got Loki and you got Luffy, you got Zoro and them chopping these motherfuckers up and killing them. Domi Reverse's not working as well. Maybe they have an army, but this army is really kind of being stopped right now. If Zeus and Jinbei and the Omni deal is not working right now, so I guess Jinbei and fucking Zeus and Loki with RAGNIR can stop all the fires, then Elbaph is saved. Now it's just hands. They can't keep on trying to start fires on Elbaph. So I think it's going to drive Imu off. But right now, next chapter, Luffy and Loki are fighting. We're going to get more with, I think, Usopp and Brook. And the ones all like the Walrus school and the library, so Saul and shit. I think Robin's gonna head over there with Saul, so I think we got some good shit coming. But thank you. I have one more to cover tonight, 1179, the live read, the actual read that dropped yesterday. We'll go over that, and that will be it for One Piece coverage tonight. And later this week there will be more. 1176 on up to the end, or the actual live read of 1178. That'll get us caught up. Next week, or going on to this week, there is a break, so 1180 won't be this week, it'll be the following week. Thank you guys so much. I'm Elijah 5000. I will catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to follow, turn on subscriptions, show love to these sponsors. If you look down over here in the corner, in this bottom corner, Emmy Eats Ramen, IMMI Eats.com. Use promo code EDGE25 to get $5 off your purchase of premium, high protein, low carb, plant-based ramen, low sodium, high fiber. Shit's delicious. 6 different flavors: tom yum shrimp, black garlic chicken, roasted pork kontatsu, spicy red miso, spicy pork, and I can't remember the other one, but you can find these locally in stores. If you order online, EDGE2G to $5 off your purchase. Helps the show and get you some badass ramen. Also, Switchery.com. If you like Nintendo Switches and you like accessories, fucking thumb grips, all that shit for your Switch, you want to be decked out in the latest anime gear, or not even, it doesn't even have to be fucking anime. It could be video game. They do anime video game based coding, based cases, thumb grips, accessories, and more. Go there. Switcheries.com. Use promo code EDGE10 to get 10% off your purchase at checkout. Thank you guys so much. I'm Elijah 5000. I will catch you in the next one. 1179 is coming today for you guys, but for those that are following chronologically, 1176 is our next one. We'll have the brief spoilers for you. Thank you guys. Peace.